Hi everyone, it's me, C Lefty Run. I'm here with oh my gosh, my week 10 Boston Marathon training for 2023 update. So for week 10, I ran 54 and a half miles. And I had some takeaways this week. I should probably start with takeaways, although some weeks I don't have any takeaways. But this week I have a few takeaways. Number one, here's an update on the Optogen HP that I got from the feed, but it's made by First Endurance. I don't know if it's doing anything. Be honest. I am starting to feel the tingles though. I think you remember if I told you that Tommy Rivers Pusey had said it makes you tingle a little bit. And I had read other people said it made them tingle. And I was like, I don't feel any tingles. And I do feel the tingles. It's also supposed to increase your VO2 max. I haven't seen my VO2 max increase. It's still stuck at 51, according to Garmin. I don't know my real VO2 max is, but according to Garmin, it's 51. It goes between 51, sometimes 49 to like 52. 52 is rare. So we'll see. I'll report back on this, but I'm still going to take it because now I'm kind of afraid not to because I don't want it to change things up. Another takeaway is my body's been feeling good. I mean, I have tightness here and there, same type of, I don't know if you can train the way that you train for a marathon. Like if you're running in the 50-mile range, 40s, 50s, 60s, I think you're just always going to feel some like tightness here and there. So my body's feeling good for the most part. I still have tightness, like it's not perfect, but it's good. I'm able to run. So I'm happy with that. Another thing I've noticed about this cycle, so this is my 4th time using a Luke Humphrey plan. I have a really good feel now as to what effort feels like, what it should feel like when I'm really pushing, what it should feel like when I'm running comfortably, and what it should feel like when I'm pushing it, but I could keep going. And I think that's a really good place to be. And how I feel usually aligns with when I look at my watch, my paces. But my plan for Boston, I don't want to be glued to my watch. I would just rather kind of run Boston by feel because my big goal for Boston is just to finish strong, provided like weather and everything is okay. And I just don't want to hit the wall. So if I have to start Boston slow, I will. And, I'm thinking of keeping my effort for the first half at about a 5-6. And when I get to the half, I can go 6-7 to the Newton Hills, maybe 7-8. And then after the Newton Hills, like 8-9, like, I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking about. I don't know though. Am I going to be able to get through a 5K at a 9 if I'm feeling good? I think so. So we'll see. I'm just kind of playing around with effort feels. What else? Strength. I've been doing my PT exercises, but that's not really like hardcore strength training. Everyone talks about they do strength training. You have to do strength training. I am just curious as a consumer what that looks like for everyone. And then some people are like, you got to lift heavy. And some people are like, don't lift heavy. You'll get injured. Like there's just I have books about it. So the only strength I've been doing are the exercises that my PT gives me, which I don't really consider strength. I don't think they're making me stronger, but hey, if I'm not getting injured, I'll take it. I just don't have time to do it all. I can barely fit in core at this point. Telling you. So, some podcasts I've listened to that I think may be of some interest if you're a runner is I really enjoy the Rogue Running podcast. And because I do listen to quite a few running podcasts. I typically don't like it when there's guests on. I just want to hear the coach talk about like, give me some running tips. And I think the guy that does Rogue Running does a really good job of that. He has guests on sometimes, but they're relatable guests. So they're not like always elite athletes. In fact, I think he's had very few elite athletes. He has kind of like average people who have made really strong gains. And so I like listening to that. He had one I just listened to was 8 Things to Stop Doing with Your Running. And then he had his sister on and she's like in her mid 40s and she talked about how she qualified for Boston, what she did. I thought that was really helpful. And then he had a good one on reframing success. So anyway, check that out if you're looking for some fun running. And then Fuel for the Soul, I like that. They had a recent episode on collagen, and it's like a dietitian, which is better than a nutritionist. And she talked about pretty much, I'll tell you what she said. Yes, it's a good idea to take collagen because you can't really get it elsewhere in your diet. And when you get older, you lose it. So I summed up the half an hour podcast for you. So guess what I'm now taking? I've added to my repertoire is collagen on top of everything else I'm taking. Okay. So Sunday. Oh, another takeaway is I keep getting lost. Not getting lost. I didn't get lost this week, but I had a weird thing happen on my Saturday run, which I'll explain when I get to Saturday. How about that? Now you have to stay and wait to see. Don't log off yet. Now you got to stay and wait to see what happened to me on Saturday. So Sunday I did 8 miles. And if you recall, I was concerned because I did that half marathon on Saturday. And then I was like, oh God, and then I have to run 8 on Sunday. And then I'm moving Tuesday workout to Monday. I was concerned that I wouldn't have enough rest in between. But I'll tell you how it went. So Sunday I did 8. My pace was a 9:38. My heart rate was 136. So interesting how my paces vary, but my heart rate, like I can run a 10-minute pace and my heart rate's still like 136. And I don't wear a chest strap. And I don't know how accurate it actually is, but it's got to be, maybe it's not 136, but I think it has like a average reading for whatever my wrist is saying. Monday, I did my Tuesday workout on Monday because I had a holiday and I had 6-mile repeats. And I was like, oh gosh, how's this going to go? I'm tired. And I ran, my average pace was an 8:29 for the 10.5 miles. And that included a 2-mile warm up. And then I got into the workout, 6-mile repeats with 1/4 mile easy jog in between, in which for the easy jog, I did not stop. I'll have you know. So I did a 7:41, 7:40, 7:37, 7:45, 7:44, and a 7:43. Did not stop between any of those. I did a jogging recovery and I felt like I had one more. I could have done one more if I needed to. Thank God I didn't need to. I was happy that I did not need to, but just knowing that I could have was good. Also, I'd like to know that these paces are quicker than they've been in the past by about 10 to 15 seconds. So there's progress, folks. There's some progress. My heart rate for that run was 152. On Tuesday, I did 6 easy. Average pace was 950. I was like ready for rest day. My heart rate was 127. I did that after work. It had rained that day and it was windy. So Wednesday I took off and I was delighted. Thursday I did 6 at a 9:35 pace and my average heart rate was a 136. Friday I did this is where it gets weird. Friday I did my 8 at a 9:30 pace. My heart rate was 134. So I was faster and my heart rate is lower. So hopefully hung in this long for my Saturday run. So Saturday's run, I had 16 straight miles. And then I was supposed to, at the end of the 16-mile run, do 2 minutes uphill, 2 minutes downhill, repeat 4 times. So that's 16 minutes. So I was thinking, I don't really have a hill around here that I could run up for 2 minutes straight and then down. So I was like, well, I'll just come home and do that part after the run on my treadmill. And the point of it is to do it after the run because the Newton Hills in Boston come at mile 16. So they're always scheduled at the end. So you know what it's like to run them on tired legs. So I was like, okay. So I use the app called Final Surge. That's where I get my Luke Humphrey running plans on. And what's really great about that app is when there's workouts scheduled, you can push the workout directly to your Garmin. Now, when I used to have an online running coach who was terrible, she would send me the workout, but I would have to go into Garmin and program it myself. No big deal. But you know, it is a nice functionality to be able to do that. When I push the workout to Garmin, it counts the mileage down. So if my run is supposed to start at 16 miles, I'll go 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, which makes fueling kind of, I'm always doing math in my head because I fuel every 4 miles. So I'm always like, oh, going backwards. Like I got to fuel at 12, and then I got to fuel again at 8, and then I got to fuel again at 4 when I have 4 left. So anyway, I started the run and I didn't check what the mileage had started out at. I had assumed it was 16. So when I finished my 16 miles, I was right by my house and I was like, I'm going to hit the treadmill. Well, when I stopped my watch, it said 17. And I was like, oh, did it automatically go into the hill workout at mile 16? Did I overrun this? I was so confused. I wasn't sure. And then, so it said 17 and I was like, well, I have no interest in doing 18 miles today. So I'm just not going to do the hills. I did 17 miles. It's good enough for me. I'm going to call it. But then, so then I like, you know, took it easy, showered. Oh, did my strength physical therapy stuff and took a shower and everything. And then I looked at my splits. And my last 2 miles was like, I don't know, it said like I ran a mile in like 3 minutes and then another 0.75 in like a minute, which no, right? So I was like, something's wonky. So even though my watch said 17, it was really 16. I know it was 16. And I will say I did run the last mile in 8:01. And I was, you know, I felt pretty good on the Saturday run. And that is kind of like a little test for me on my long runs. Like, can you push it right now? Like, if you want it, like, no one ever wants to, right? It's not like, man, I just want to run real fast. Like, no, I want it to be done. But I was like, I always try, like, see if you can push the last mile when you're tired. And it's just interesting that I got an 8:01 and I was like, wow, like, was I winded? Yeah. Was it hard? Yeah. But the fact that I was able to do it is a testament to that's just how you're going to feel. And you're going to be tired at the end, but are you still going to have the gas to push it? So in the past, prior to using Luke Humphrey plans, never did I have the energy to push it at the end. I mean, I would just be like crawling to finish the long run. So I was really happy about that as well. So week 10, like things went well. So tomorrow is Monday. I'm off again tomorrow for President's Day. So I am going to move my Tuesday run to Monday, and it's the 1.5 mile repeats for 4 times. Yeah, 4 1.5 mile repeats. Hope they go as well as the 6 mile repeats or the 1 mile repeats times 6. So anyway, I hope your running is going well. And I look forward to giving you an update in week 11. I mean, this is just flying by. Did I tell you that I'm going to go see the Red Sox play the Angels when I'm in Boston? And isn't that funny that the Angels are down the street from me? I'm a Dodger fan, let's be clear. But it's kind of cool. And the Angels are in Orange County, although they're called the Los Angeles Angels. That's just a marketing scheme. They're nowhere near LA. But they're playing the Red Sox when I'm in Boston. So we're all going to go to, what is the field called? It's not Wrigley Field. It's a big green monster. Anyway, I know it's terrible, but I think I'm going to root for Boston because Boston has Justin Turner is now playing for Boston. Kike Hernandez, who used to be a Dodger. So Justin Turner played for the Dodgers and he grew up in Long Beach, you guys, right where I live. And he went to Mayfair High School down the street from me. And he went to Fullerton College. Anyway, so now he's playing for the Red Sox and Kike Hernandez is playing for the Red Sox. And then there's another Dodger that plays for the Red Sox. So I feel like it's kind of be like seeing a Dodger game. So I'm just gonna wear red. Can't go wrong wearing red. The Angels are red, but Boston Red Sox are red. So is it Fenway Park? It's Fenway. Isn't it Fenway? Is that terrible? I don't know. anyway, I'm gonna do that. So hope all is well, and I'll see you next week for week 11.